Welcome to TDU, everyone. I'm Tom Davis, and in this video segment we're going to be going over the setup, the testing, the diagnosing, and saving test results for this tester. This tester is probably the best out there right now. It'll test Cat 5 to Cat 8 up to 40 gigabytes Ethernet. Some of the problems the biggest problem we have is guys not setting it up correctly, not being able to diagnose the results, and most of all, saving the test results correctly. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing that you want to do is you want to turn on the tester and let it set for about 5 minutes to acclimate itself to the surrounding temperatures. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to come around and I'm going to show you step-by-step process of setting this up. Okay. So once you've let it set for 5 minutes, actually you can set it up in the process, but you don't want to set the reference until about 5 minutes to let it warm up. So first thing you want to do, you want to go into the project, and let's go ahead and change the project. Okay. Then you go to new project. Okay. So we'll just put training. I spelled that wrong. Train. Okay. And then done. So now we have our project. Okay, next thing you want to do, you want to go to the operator. If your name's not in there, you can add it. Okay, so I just put mine in there. Okay, next thing you want to do, now you can pre-label, you can go into here and pre-label what you're going to be starting as far as your labeling configuration, then it'll automatically advance to the next number. Depending on the job, if you're going to be going in order or not. So you go back. Now you go into the cabling right here. Let's change the test. Okay. So we're going to be testing a Cat 6 cable. Okay. So we want to go to new test. Okay. So you go to cable type, and then we're gonna go to more right here. And then right here, you'll see where it says manufacturers. So you push manufacturers. Okay, we're going to be using a CommScope Uniprise cable. So we'll scroll down. Okay, and pick Uniprise. And the cable we're using is a CS34P unshielded twisted pair. So scroll down and find that one. Right there. Okay, so that set the cable type. Now, what that does, it sets the MVP for that particular type cable, because every cable is a little different. You can go in here in the MVP and change it manually, but that's only if you can't find that particular cable in the list. If you go up on it, what it's gonna do, it's gonna calculate the measurement. It's going to go higher the higher you go on the MVP, which the MVP is the nominal velocity of propagation, which calculates the measurement of that cable. That way it's accurate. But if you set up that cable type for that particular cable, it automatically does that. So very seldom will you ever have to do that. So then you go to test limit. Okay, so we're going to be testing from a panel to a jack outlet. So you want to go to permanent link. So make sure these match. Make sure that if you're testing Cat 6, that the cable type is a Cat 6 and the test limit's Cat 6. I've had them come back where it's set up Cat 6A on one and then Cat 6 on the other, which that's incorrect. So we always want to store the plot data on there, make sure that's on. And then the outlet configuration most of the time it's going to be a 568B configuration. So once you've got all that set, you just push save, and then it'll dot, you can dot whatever one you're using and then push use selected. Okay, so now we're set up for setting the reference. So first thing you want to do, you want to grab a permanent link adapter. Okay, plug that in, you should hear a little chime. And then a channel adapter. Okay, and then you plug it in. Okay, so you go into the tools right here, and then the first one on the list is set reference. So you just push set reference, and then it'll show them connected together, and then you push test. It'll run through and set the reference for the cable you're testing. Okay, so the reference is set. So now we're ready to test the cable. Now I've made up a cable box here, and I did this poorly just so it will fell. So then you want to take off the channel adapter and put on a permanent link adapter on the remote side. And then we're going to plug this into one end. Okay. And then plug in the other end. Okay. So you heard the chime, so you hear that it got a link. So go back to the home screen, just double check yourself, make sure you're set up correctly for the test you're doing. Then you just push test. Now, this tester will test in about 8 seconds if it's going to pass. It takes about 15, 16 seconds if it's going to fail, and it runs a diagnostic on it, so it takes a little longer. So this wasn't supposed to pass. So we'll try to manipulate this cable to make it fail. Even though a passing result's good, but I want to show you guys how to diagnose the fail. So we're going to retest this cable. So just go home and push test. Now it'll ask me if I want to save it. I'm not going to save that. Okay. The funny thing is, I tested this before we started the class and it failed. Now it is, yeah, right. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. I don't get it.
Okay, I'm going to stop this.